Welcome back to Corner Talk Boxing Podcast. Let's review last night's PBC fights. For the co-main event, we had Foster versus Fulton. Fulton came in 2 pounds overweight, which switched the fight up to 135 pounds, and they fought for the interim title. The result of that fight did not shock me at all. When I saw the weigh-in, Fulton looked a little bit out of shape. Didn't look boxing ready like he has in the past. Not sure what's going on there. Came in 2 pounds overweight. I mean, you would think 2 pounds is not really much, but in boxing world, it's a lot of weight. So they fought for the 135 interim title. Foster won. It was a really good scrap. Foster had a lot of pressure. I mean, it was a good surprise to see him do that. It was more surprising to see how Fulton really didn't have an answer for him. There was no answer. There was no flashy punches. There was no flashy combos. Definitely not a fight that we're used to seeing from Cool Boy Steph. So I hope everything is good on his camp, and we'll see what happens next. I know that now Foster becomes a mandatory challenger for Shakur Stevenson at 135 pounds. But we know Stevenson has business to handle January 31st against Teofimo Lopez. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure. I'm not going to make any predictions yet. I'm going to keep reading and keep doing some research and see where both fighters are at and see what we can do. And I'll have that reviewed for you guys shortly. The surprise / not surprise of the night. Roach, Cruz. Wow. That fight was pressure on both sides all night. I want to commend Roach for not giving up, for not backing down. He definitely stayed in the fight, stayed in the pocket a lot more. Cruz, like usual, he was leading with the head. He was putting on the pressure, thunderous blows. Pause. It was a great fight, okay? The margins, I think the difference makers of the fight, once I heard the outcome of the fight, I really think the difference makers was the knockdown and then the 1-point deduction on Cruz's behalf. I don't think the decision would have gone a draw if the point hadn't been taken. I really think that it could have been a Cruz win. However, am I mad at the draw? No, but I want to see what happens next, right? Is this the reality for Roach, or is this another excuse? I mean, what happened? He fought, great fight, middle of the rounds to the end of the fight. I thought he was in control. I thought he did a lot. I thought he did enough to possibly pull it off, but that knockdown definitely made it a little tricky to score, I would say. Let me see. Roach, DC area stand up. Roach did what he was supposed to do. He fought a shorter fighter. He fought at a distance at times. Once he got caught in that third round, he made a little adjustment and was able to work on his timing a little bit. His timing was definitely getting better, and he was a dog in the fight. All fight, he kept coming forward. I think the fight could have gone either way, but we do have to take into consideration they fought in Texas, and they fought the crowd favorite. We know who that was. That was going to be Pitbull Cruz. I think Pitbull has been making a real good name for himself after the loss to Gervonta Davis, where he gave him possibly the best fight Gervonta has had. I think that people liked his style, and it was definitely a pro Pitbull crowd last night. I did like that both boxers did download data from the first round. They definitely went in there and did their thing. Let's see what happens next, right? Let's see if Roach is going to go on another tour for this draw, right? I think he didn't make a statement to require the rematch with Tank Davis, but I think if he fights Cruz again, the mandatory of that fight should definitely face Tank if Tank is still in boxing by that time. With all this retirement talk we got going on. Well, that's it for now. Let's see what next weekend brings. I would definitely be providing some more videos the upcoming days. I do have some reviews that I want to get out the way and some predictions coming up. So stay tuned. Hit that follow button, hit that notification button, and let's take it there. This Corner Talk Boxing, episode 2. We out of here.